Ba, 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 ba. J. B. How did I do this last time?
I have to get the guest in.
Yeah. Hang on.
Yep.
Hang on. I'm going to hang up this and then I'm going to go to something else.
Yep, that's fine.
Shit. Alright. Fuck. Uh, what up, Patrick? Just saw your tweet trying to get everything set up because we've been off for a while, so things are a little not right at the moment. J B A K.
Am I in the right one?
Yes.
All right, good.
AYSA 27 at gmail.com. JB AK AYSA 27 Gmail. What's up, Jared? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, this thing can be real finicky if you don't do it just right.
Nice. Well, I'm glad we got that figured out.
Yeah. Just a quick rundown. First off, let me
Oh, what the hell
mute
happened
this
there?
real quick.
I got my Kyle Busch jackets there, some autographed hats there. Just went a little bit hard with decorating, but
Very nice. What's with all the Kyle Busch fans coming on there, AJ?
I don't know. I'm wearing my Welcome to Smashville shirt, so.
Oh, all right.
I had to go interstate since it's Interstate Batteries weekend.
Oh yeah. I like looking. I like seeing that car.
Ryan, we have had a mass influx of Kyle Busch fans on the show recently.
I'm just glad it's not Denny Hamlin fans. So.
Yeah, I know you got Dalton Good on your show a couple months ago or weeks ago. So yeah.
Yeah, Dalton's a treat, man. He's a blast.
I love Dalton. I don't think there's any other Kyle Busch fans as active as he is.
He is hyper. I mean,
if Joe Gibbs Racing ever need to hire like a hype man or something, I think Dalton Good needs to be the first one they call.
For sure.
Like I'd love to see him be that guy or whatever. Like you know how Joe always does like that pre-race prayer or whatever the team. I need to see like Dalton Good out there just going at it with the crew. Be like, we're winning today. You know, one of those types of deals.
Sure.
Yep, I'll be back in 1 second, AJ. Before we start, I feel kind of out of place.
Okay, all right. You're sitting in your normal chair. Don't know how you could be out of place. I did see that Vine that you have pinned to your Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that a couple months ago, and I laughed my ass off to that.
I'm glad because like a lot of my followers, like a lot of the people, like before, like I wasn't really like big in the NASCAR community until like this year. So like a lot of my followers were just all my like friends and stuff around my area, and nobody really watches NASCAR around my area. So like I didn't get.
Whereabouts you from?
Central Pennsylvania.
Oh, all right. So you go to Pocono?
Yep, every year.
Oh, nice. How's the view?
I love it. I always sit up. I'm up like up at the top of the road or whatever, and I can see the whole track around.
Oh, nice.
And with the doubleheader this year, I actually got some more time to kind of explore around the track than I normally am, and I got to go in the infield, and it's a hike from like turn 2 to turn 1 because like I didn't realize I did that. I went from turn 2 to turn 1, and the next thing I knew it was like 45 minutes have gone by, and I'm like, oh, all right.
I'll be at the race this weekend, so
nice.
That's one.
Are you going to count how many times I say it?
Some of us have an over/under on how many times you're going to say it this week.
And who's some of those people?
I'll inform you later.
Probably Tony.
Yeah, we might have some money riding on this, but just be natural with it. I'm not telling you to limit it. I just want to see if we hit the over/under.
What is the over/under at?
I can't tell you that because then you can manufacture how it turns out.
I won't manufacture anything. So
you shouldn't have even said anything and see how many times it would have.
It's less than 10.
Now he's gonna be thinking about it.
Oh no, not at all.
It's less than 10.
It's less than 10. All right. Jordan missed another extra point for you.
Did he miss another one? Is that 2 today?
No, he made one. It looks like it's 3.
No. He missed a field goal from like 36 about a minute ago.
Oh, and he missed an extra point.
Oh, great. Now we're back to shit kickers.
Well, that's the thing with Nordine, though. He can be spot on. I remember his first collegiate game. It was against Florida. He hit a 58-yarder, and everybody's like, "This is why Harbaugh spent the night at this kid's house." And I don't think Belichick spent the night at his house.
I'm just sharing everything right now. I'm just getting it all posted and all that.
You a football fan, Jared?
Oh yeah, big NFL. I'm a big Ravens fan. College football. I honestly don't even have a favorite team. I just enjoy watching
the sport.
Yep, I'm a junior high football coach at my high school.
Nice.
So like I like watching for like from like the scheme perspective or whatever, and it's just kind of cool to watch college players do that. In the NFL, I'm more just biased towards my team, and whereas college football, I'm like, all right, this is a good matchup. This is pretty good,
My NFL team sucks as the stadium has been open 25 plus years.
Marching down the field.
That's right. Rah, rah, rah. 25 years the stadium has been open, and only one playoff game has ever been played there, and it was the Super Bowl.
Nice.
It wasn't even your team in it.
Far from it.
I'm a New England fan naturally, and things have been better.
How you feel about Mac Jones?
Mac Jones is the savior.
That's what I'm thinking. I had like way before all the papers. I'm like, I figured he was going to go to New England. Like, I just figured like an Alabama quarterback. He's like a good system type of quarterback. I'm like, that's exactly who Bill Belichick wants, and I think he's going to be that team's like what you just said, their savior.
Oh yeah. Ask Ryan. Ryan about 4 months before the draft, who were the 2 quarterbacks I said New England was going to get one of?
Justin Fields or Mac Jones.
Yeah, I didn't see Justin Fields. I think Mac Jones was literally like the perfect fit for him because I think they experimented with Cam, and I'm like, I don't think they're going to go to the Justin Fields route. I think they're going to go with the Mac Jones route.
They got Cam thinking he's still 2015 Cam.
Yeah.
And he's been far from that for years now.
Mm-hmm. Cam's arm's shot. It's plain and simple. His arm is shot.
All right, I have everything up and ready to go. I'm just going to run out, grab a water real quick.
All right.
And then we'll be ready to go.
Yeah, good idea. I'll be back in a second myself.
Yes, sir. Probably turn the TV audio down before I get copyright strike.
Yeah, not trying to get us fired on the first day I'm here.
First day on the job, we get fired. It's all good.
Yeah. I was a part of the Loose Lugs podcast downfall. Got to experience it all.
We're gonna be on the next NASCAR bus series.
Yeah. Podcast that aged poorly. That's us.
Short-lived podcast.
Yeah, one and dones.
So we got the Yankee game here. We got the Patriot game up here. Yeah, I'm a Yankee fan too. It's a really weird explanation, but my mother's side of the family's from New York. My father's side is from Massachusetts, and it's the only one we didn't agree on was baseball.
That's fair. I don't follow baseball because the closest baseball team around me absolutely sucks. So.
Oh, come on. The Pirates aren't that bad. They're just a farm team for the rich.
They're for the 4A minor league.
Yeah, the invitational team.
Yeah. See, I'm more of a fan of their AA program, actually. Their field's an hour away from where I live, so I always got to see all the top stars before they got traded.
There's actually where I live, couple towns over is where their single A team is.
Nice. All right.
Sweet.
Ryan, you back?
I'm ready to go.
You all ready to go?
I think we're all set.
All right, rolling intro.
Hey, gentlemen, start your engine! I guess I'm out of control. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 105 of the Loose Lugs Podcast. I'm your host, AJ, and with me, as always, my co-host, Ryan.
What is going on, AJ? Nice to be back after an extended Olympic break.
Yeah, an extended Olympic break. I don't think I'm quite back into the swing of things yet on the podcast platform. Didn't get the show sheet done until a minute before we went live on the YouTube channel.
Wow, very nice.
Getting everything set to go and getting our guest on the line with us here today. We have at PK Jared9 from Twitter. Jared, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for having me on. I'm glad I got to experience a different podcast today and ready to bring it to it today.
There we go. And Jared is a Kyle Busch fan, so he adds to the list of Kyle Busch fans we've had recently join the show. Ryan, I think hell's frozen over.
I think it has too, but the best part about it though is it's not an 11 fan, it's an 18 fan. I can live with that.
Oh,
I think you guys just like Kyle Busch fans on your show. I think.
Yeah.
You know, they bring excitement. It's pretty polarizing, to say the least.
Yeah, we need to find some Joey Logano fans to get them on.
I don't think that would go well with you, buddy.
It'd be all right.
So, Jared, tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Well, I'm from Central Pennsylvania. A lot of the people on NASCAR Twitter I don't really know that are from Pennsylvania. Everyone I know is all from down south. I got friends down in Tennessee, Georgia. I got someone in Texas I know, and it's just like branching out on Twitter this past season has really been fun. I got to meet got all these podcasts. I got to see your podcast, and it's just been really cool for me to interact with other NASCAR fans because like around my area, it's not really that big around my area. I always grew up. I was the only NASCAR fan in my school. I was always the only one wearing NASCAR gears on Mondays or Fridays, and everyone would be like, "Oh, you watch NASCAR? They just make left turns." And I'm like, you can't really talk smack on it if you don't watch it, you know? So that was kind of like the big higher up that I had on everyone in my school. And even growing up, it was just awesome. But it also did kind of suck that I didn't really have anyone to talk about NASCAR because, you know, you hit the fall, everyone's talking about football, or in the winter, everyone's talking about like basketball and hockey. And then in the spring, it's like, oh, the Super Bowl. And then I'm like, oh, NASCAR 500s next week, guys. And they're like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's right.
they're like, oh, NASCAR. I'm like, yeah, it's all right. But yeah, this past year, I don't even know how I got started, but I think like one of my tweets or something must have blown up. But like I've always like just tweeted about random NASCAR stuff, even if I didn't get any likes or any like interaction with people. It was just a place. Twitter was just that place where I could just throw my opinions out there because I didn't have anyone of my friends to really talk about it with. So then next thing you know, I'm getting more followers. Next thing you know, I'm doing podcasts, and yeah, that's pretty much where I stand with everything right now.
Very nice. Very nice. This opening segment on our show, we normally just talk about anything and everything that doesn't relate to NASCAR. So, Ryan, what do you want to talk about? We've been off for like a month, so
Yeah,
there's a ton of things we can talk about here.
Yeah, we've been off for a month. It seems a lot longer. Yeah, the way you look at it. You and I have been on the Xbox playing the hell out of the show. But there is some.
Yeah, I think I have like 24 days played now.
Oh man, I think yeah, it's been a while. I think that's like anytime I turn my Xbox on, that's the game I'm going to right away. So, but something did happen last week. As yeah, everything all right over there, AJ?
Yeah. See the remember how I said I had a 2-screen experience going on?
Well, now you only have one.
Oh, yeah. One of them decided to just take the leap of faith off the desk here and onto the keyboard. So
I was wondering what that was, but as I haven't really posted it on Facebook or Twitter, but I ended up getting a new job. Yeah, last job didn't really go all that well. A small mistake happened, and boss was in a bad mood, and yeah, so I'm at a new job, but it sucks too. It
What are you
sucks
doing?
too.
What are you doing now?
Right now, I'm taking auto parts. It's a company I work for. We do car parts. Basically, I have to unbox them because they get shipped to us. I put them in different bins, make sure all the bolts, nuts, and bolts are there. Make sure there's no damage. Put them in our bins, and then we ship them out to our customers.
Oh, okay.
I'm hoping you were not a part of the curb manufacturing from the past weekend.
Ooh.
Oh, you know what? I asked my boss about that. I'm like, we don't deal with anything with NASCAR with the curbs, and it's funny too because the guy is going out to the race on Sunday too. That's one, by the way, and so yeah, and so yeah, he's like, no, we don't deal with anything with NASCAR. So
I didn't think you'd mention it actually on the show.
I did.
We're just missing the Scooby-Doo laugh now.
Wait, where are you going next week?
I mean, this Sunday.
Oh, this Sunday. Oh, yeah.
That's amazing.
I see. I've lost track of which day it even is with all this stuff going on. It's crazy. It's weird because this is the first time we've gone to an oval track in literally like 5 weeks.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah, it's actually crazy to think about.
Yeah, 2 road courses in a row, 2 weeks off. Like, it's literally been a month since we've actually seen an oval race.
Last one was New Hampshire.
Last one was New Hampshire where we battled light issues.
Yep.
We had curb gate last weekend.
Yep.
We had the Bristol dirt debacle.
Coda
racing in the rain. Didn't it Martinsville or where did the track come up at just recently?
Atlanta,
where the track is coming up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Had the pace truck go out while Corey the Joy is doing his crack qualifying one, huh?
Yeah, I seen that. That was
good look. And Higashioka home run, 6-0 Yankees.
Are they beating Boston?
No, this is Minnesota, so we need to beat up on Minnesota this weekend.
Oh yeah.
And
the
then,
Tigers were up 10-2 today and lost 13-10.
Did Miggy get 500 yet?
No, Miggy has not gotten 500 yet.
Damn. Tony in the chat wants to know, anyone who's going to MIS this weekend? Need answers. Did I find the right podcast?
You have not found the right podcast. You might want to check out. I'm going to do our early podcast. Shout out to the Lap Traffic podcast. They'll be out there this weekend.
Yes, that is true. Is someone in this room going to MIS this weekend?
There might be.
That's out of my range.
I don't know. Our governor may shut down the state again. So
it's just as long as they do it after Sunday, right?
That's right.
No, they'll do it like Saturday or whatever.
Yeah, Saturday.
Actually,
cases are up.
Actually, speaking of here, I got a funny story for you guys. So, I was supposed to go. I got free tickets to the Ravens Steelers Thanksgiving game this last year. All right, you know how all of that debacle or whatever with the COVID cases and stuff. They kept pushing the game off. It got pushed to Monday. You know what day our governor shut down like spectators and stuff or whatever? Went into effect Monday. I didn't get to go to the game.
Damn.
That was.
I don't know why this just dawned on me. You're a Ravens fan living in Steeler country?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I just never grew up liking Pittsburgh. I mean, they were also Ben Roethlisberger was going through some issues and stuff at that time, and I'm like, I'm just gonna. I don't know. I just picked Baltimore because I think they played the Steelers 3 times or whatever. Hit like Joe Flacco's rookie year, and I'm like, I think I was rooting for him that 3rd time. Like, you know how sick that'd be to see rookie John Harbaugh, rookie Joe Flacco, rookie Ray Rice just go to the Super Bowl after beating the Steelers, and then
You guys got the right Harbaugh coach. I got the wrong one at my damn coach.
Hey, he had a good 1 year at San Francisco.
Yeah, and then he comes back to college, and he's gonna be the savior here at Michigan.
Hey, they like his khakis. Leave him alone.
I know they like his khakis, but don't get me started.
He spent the night at a kicker's house once.
Yeah, who's now a part of your team.
Yeah, missed 2 kicks today. It's going really great.
That's right. You might call Jason Hansen out of retirement.
I'm hoping Nick Folk comes back soon.
I wouldn't trust that kicker either, though.
Hey, you know what? He's been money for New England since he got there. I gotta say, he's not missed any clutch kicks. Then again, he has not had to make any clutch kicks because either we're ahead by a lot or behind by a lot.
Or Cam's being Cam.
See, I'm glad I have Justin Tucker as my kicker.
Best kicker in the league.
The best, yeah, exactly. The best damn kicker in the league.
The Lions don't have Prater anymore. I mean, we got a kicker battle, I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
Ryan, there's a chance we see a return of a big fan favorite wrestler of ours on tomorrow night.
Oh yes, on AEW Rampage. I watched that last Friday night. I must say the Christian Kenny Omega match lived up to the hype.
There you go.
I mean, we know Christian is a veteran, but he can still work, man. And that was a hell of a match. And I think he's coming out tomorrow night.
Outwork everyone for the peeps.
Yep. Tony Khan is posting stuff on Twitter about it, about how they're going to Chicago and everything like that. The writing's on the wall. I hope they do a swerve and have Bryan Danielson come out instead of Punk, but have Punk come out at the pay-per-view.
They would burn that place to the ground if he doesn't come out tomorrow night.
Yep. So,
I don't know if you watch any wrestling, Jared. It's just a common talking point for us.
Yeah, that's not really my cup of tea. I'm more of I stick with football, hockey, NASCAR, and dirt racing. That's pretty much about it.
Who's your hockey team?
Pittsburgh.
The Penguins. All right.
Oh man, we're 0 for 2 over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
college basketball. I'm a big fan of Kansas. If that's anywhere.
All right.
Jock Jayhawk, man.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that stat that Tony posted, Ryan?
About what?
Crosby stats?
Oh yeah.
I
thought you were going to ask who's going to the race this weekend again.
Who is going to the race this weekend?
I just don't know. I think I have all my Byron shirts lined up. Which one I'm going to take? I don't know.
No,
I even got my Chase Elliott shirts lined up too. So
I would not go with the 9 this weekend. I think a Hendrick car wins, but I don't think it's the 9.
I think it's going to be Kyle Larson.
There you go. There's who's going to win. It's just
wow. That's like, go think outside the box.
Ryan,
there really is no outside the box besides Kyle Larson. That race stays green. He wins that race and wins 2 races in 2 days, 2 big events in 2 days.
Oh, the Knoxville Nationals. Yep.
Yeah, I watched that. I really like. I've gotten into dirt cars actually a lot the past couple months, and it was nice seeing. It was good. It's cool to see Kyle Larson win that, like in the dirt series. It's pretty cool. I was actually I went to one of the races in Pennsylvania that they had, and Kyle Larson was on the entry list, and then he didn't show up, and I was actually kind of disappointed because I wanted to see what all the hoopla was about with this Kyle Larson dirt racing. And like he didn't go to any of those PA races that week, so I feel like he probably was taking a break, but I feel like those guys were like, all right, let's pay him not to race just to let someone else win.
You like going to the dirt track?
I've only been to one World of Outlaw sprint car race, and I kind of want to go to some more. And they are coming back around October, so I probably will be hitting those up. But I've been following along with it. I actually bought that Dirt Vision subscription, so now I can just watch it every weekend. And the big news I saw this week was Casey Kane's racing the rest of the season. So that's. I actually got here. I'll show you real quick. I actually just got a Casey Kane shirt. Oops. Thanks. Let's see.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
That's the Casey Kane shirt I got.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, I when I go up north to visit my in-laws and my dad, there's a dirt track not too far from them that we go to Memorial Day and 4th of July shows. If we go up Labor Day, I'm going to definitely hit up the Labor Day show. They put on a good 6-hour program. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have a bunch of like local dirt tracks around us. I literally have 3 around within like an hour radius of me. But like just going to those, you're like not to knock on anyone there, but it's just like I don't know. It's like the late model show or whatever is always just a mess because there's a caution every 2 laps, and I'm like, I just want to see some racing. Then I go to the World of Outlaw sprint car race, and they're like green the whole time. I'm like, wow, this is racing.
There's when I go up to that, it's called Merritt Speedway, and they do the 4 cylinders, the factory stock. Those guys put on great shows.
Oh yeah,
and it caution every 3 or 4 laps, but they still put on an entertaining show for everybody.
Two things here. First off, Ryan, I want you to go out to the hauler this weekend, the merch hauler.
Yep.
I need you to get an Alex Bowman shirt and a Kyle Larson shirt.
Okay.
What I want you to do is whenever Hendrick driver takes the lead, you got to take off the one shirt, put on the other one.
Yeah, all right.
Because I think it's going to be another Hendrick-dominated day.
I think so too. I'm geeked for it. So.
Second off, went to during this break, went to an enduro race for the first time at the local asphalt track.
Do you like those?
That was entertaining.
I love those. Honestly, they have one at my local asphalt track, which Jeremy Mayfield actually raced there a couple weeks ago. So that was
nice.
I'm hoping not the enduro race.
No, not the enduro race. They had it was our Motor Mountain Masters. So it was the big Northeast Pennsylvania late model show or whatever, and he had an entry. So that was pretty cool.
Oh, super late models are a treat to watch.
Oh yeah, I got to go to that. Freedom, or I don't know what it was, Freedom 150 or something. It's like the Cars Tour came there.
Yeah.
So like all the like Carson Receiver was in that race. Derek Griffith was in that race. I don't know who else was in there, but it usually has a lot of like up and rising stars or whatever. If you do some research on the Cars Tour, like you'll see their alumni or whatever is just loaded with current Cup drivers actually.
Wow. So
I forgot to mention AJ. Jeff Striegel, who does the voice on the radio, owns Berlin Raceway up near Grand Rapids, and he put a contest on Twitter. Whoever's driving the furthest distance will get 2 tickets to the ARCA race, and this was the weekend I was up there for my old work party. I came in 2nd place.
Oh,
so wow. Ironic too. It was the weekend I was up there too.
Wow. So going back to this enduro race night.
Okay.
The only points-paying series they had out there was the Crown Vics, the 4-6 class. And at some point in the race, one of the cars got into somebody else, and the guy who was put into the wall's teammate was not happy with this. So under caution, the teammate of the driver in the wall decides to take retaliation on the guy who put him there and hit his car into the wall. It proceeds to go on like they're nose to nose, and both rear tires on the two cars are spinning. They're nose to nose trying to push each other off the track. Finally, they both like back up and just ram each other head on first. They kicked them out of the track, all that. Like
Sounds like a demo derby.
And I'm in the pits, man, and everyone just starts flocking to where these two guys are going to be. Surprisingly, no punches thrown. They quickly ejected them out of there.
Not surprising. I mean, that's their typical local short track Saturday night at most tracks.
On a night where there was a demolition derby, an enduro race, a chain race, a flagpole race. The demolition derby ended up coming in the Crown Vic class instead of the one they had at the end of the night.
Hey, the people got their money's worth for that one.
Oh yeah. So, what do you guys say we recap some Indy road course? I'm sure there's a lot we can dive into, and let's get into.
We could jump over it too.
Let's go to gas and go, not tie rod. Remember, first time back in a month. It's gonna take.
And we can jump over it too. Remember, we're gonna jump over everything.
We're gonna jump over, go all the way to MIS, right?
That's right, baby.
Here we go. Gas and go is where we recap the race weekend. I'm still laughing over here.
You're trying not to. I can hear it in your voice. You're trying not to laugh because somebody in this room is going to MIS this weekend.
Oh, what is that? 3? Is that 3?
I don't know. Uh-oh.
We're close. We're close now. Is that Mac Jones getting up gingerly?
Yes, that's why I said uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Oh, man.
I could do the Scooby-Doo laugh, but that would not be the good time for it. Quick, get Cam back out there.
Is that holding on the defense or the offense? Cause
I was holding on the defense.
It would have been something if it was on the offense on a play where Mac Jones gets.
Let's see, Mac running for his life.
He took a slide.
All right. You know what they need to do?
The ground?
They need to call Mookie Betts in there and teach this kid how to slide.
He's not a runner, that's for sure.
No, that's not his strong suit. No.
He's still in the game, though.
Yes,
He's
he is.
a warrior.
That's right.
I'm trying to get hyped for this season. It's kind of hard.
Think of your fantasy football draft.
Yeah, that's 2 weeks away.
I gotta find out when the hell my fantasy draft is.
Gas and Go, where we're going to recap the race weekend, and it took place this weekend at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Road Course. First time we've gone there. Kicking things off was the Xfinity Series, where Austin Cindric gets the win, and he sang himself a song on the cool down lap.
That he did. He did a bang up job. I think when the Indy 500 is there next year back home in Indiana, I think we got our vocalist now.
Oh, it's still got to be Cornelison.
Cornelison does a good job.
Nobody does it better. I even think he sings a fantastic national anthem.
Yeah, he does a good job.
I mean, it's the Blackhawks. I understand. No one really watches their games, but he's always a great anthem.
I have to agree, yes.
But the Xfinity race is where we saw our first issues with some curbs on the weekend.
Lap 1?
Lap 1, you had, was it Harrison Burton that stood it up on the back wheels going over the bump on the outside of turn 6?
It was follow the leader. It's like, okay, you're going wide. I'm going to go. Oh, there's a curb there. Wee.
It looks something straight out of Grand Theft Auto.
Yep.
It's like that or Mario Kart whenever they have some of those things, like those ramps, whatever, and people are
the boost.
Yeah, they're trying to do the whatever the Wii thing where you shake it up.
They're trying to get the banana peel.
Yeah.
And then we had Air Chris Wright,
who
decided he was just going to wheelie it across.
All four tires clear off the ground too.
The funny thing about that was someone had said he tried to become an airplane or a pilot there, and he tweets after the race his pilot's license. He says, "Actually, I am a pilot."
He knew what he was doing. He knew how to land.
Yeah. Imagine it.
Go ahead.
Oh, imagine if Robbie Gordon was still racing. Like, he'd take that ramp every single time or one of the curves.
Oh, Robbie Gordon, famous for the reason why everyone goes over the curbs now.
Because of the stadium, the truck series that he does. The stadium pro series or whatever it's called.
Yeah, he probably would have swept the weekend if he was in both races, honestly.
Complete side note, I was working at a house a couple weeks ago, and I went to plug the shop vac in. I looked down underneath the outlet, and there's a Robbie Gordon Stadium Truck RC car sitting on the tool shelf.
Oh, that's cool.
I was like, oh, nice. But no, Chris Wright going through the air. What I was surprised about, not many cars ended up with damage after hitting that curve. Like, it didn't tear anything up underneath the car. It wasn't until Sunday where we saw things like that happen. It was just incredible with the laws of physics the way they are.
Yeah, unbelievable. I mean, incredible racing, especially during between that 5 and 6 where we're talking about. And, you know, I enjoyed the Xfinity race. I'm sorry, I'm distracted by what was on TV, but no, it happens time to time. Yeah, I know, but it's Epson ink and it's stuff I used to deal with at my old employer.
By Shaq.
That too. I mean, it could have been a commercial for MIS.
Who's going there this weekend? That's 4. That's 4. I want you to know that's 4.
All right, that's 4. Okay,
we're getting close to where I bet.
Okay, we're getting close to where you bet. But what about this other person? What did he bet?
I mean, it was just an over/under set at a specific number.
Okay, then you guys probably both went over.
I'm not going to say yes or no.
Okay, all right, but no, I'm glad they took the other curb out prior to Sunday's race, even though it didn't really matter. But I'm glad NASCAR took the initiative to take it out, especially when you see on lap 1, 3 or 4 guys. Yeehaw, let's go Supercross.
Yeah, they hit it like a bunny hop.
Yep.
At a Supercross race. No, but I mean, I thought the Xfinity racing was pretty good. Chase Elliott filling in for Michael Annett there, like a pre-race decision.
That's like the second time this year Michael Annett's had to get a last-second replacement.
Now, did I miss what happened with him? Like how he hurt his leg?
I thought. Hold on.
I felt like it was vague because I never heard about how he did it. I feel like it was kind of kept hush-hush.
It was like the week before the Atlanta race, something happened to him, and then, or maybe a couple races even before that, and he was just finally having actual issues with it or something. I don't really know. That's like one of those stories that there's really, I don't know. It's not like.
I'm just doing pure speculation here, and it is not. It is not something that I know to be a fact. But I can't imagine it boding well if a guy is getting pulled out of a car, before the race even starts, like right before the race starts, for another guy to come in and fill in.
And Annett even raced didn't he race the last couple races? Like Annett replaced him one time, then someone else did, and then he came back, and then just got pulled again.
So
they're saying it's a leg. They said he had a leg injury because he was supposed to race the Knoxville truck race. I got something up right now. Suffered a leg injury, and then that's all he said is a leg injury. They don't know exactly how it happened.
So what I'm thinking here, you got a guy who's either might be in the car, might not be in the car every weekend, in what is kind of a contract year, it seems, over at JRM, because Josh Berry, I know we're going to talk about it in the news, but Josh Berry is full-time at Junior Motorsports next year. Allgaier's ride's pretty safe. Sam Mayer's going to be driving full-time for Junior Motorsports next season. That leaves 2 guys with question marks, one being Gregson, the other one being Annett. Reliability issues with Annett, you think?
Possible.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with that situation, so I don't know what's going to happen with that. I can't see him coming back next year. I mean, unless Pilot is going to just buy his ride basically, but he's done really nothing besides that one Daytona win that he had a couple years ago. Other than that, he's just basically a field filler for him.
Exactly. The big kicker is that sponsorship he carries with him. So,
but Noah's got a great.
Gregson's Black Rifle Pro and Black Rifle. So And I don't. Does Sam Mayer have a sponsor locked up for next year?
I haven't heard anything on that.
I don't think he did, because didn't he just run a blank 8 card 2 weeks ago?
He did.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody will come on.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to big brain it like I did with the Keselowski to Roush news.
Oh, speaking of Rich, the local Walmart by us had a Hot Wheels event and all that. And we decided to take Logan to it, and we're walking through, and this was before Watkins Glen. And Sarah's like, look, there's Jack Roush. Sure, there's Jack. He didn't have the hat on, so I didn't recognize him.
The cat in the hat didn't have the hat on?
Yeah, he didn't have the hat.
Just the cat.
Yeah, just a cat without no hat.
The cat with no hat. I like that.
That's right, the cat with no hat.
What was going on there, Ryan?
It was just a Hot Wheels event. A lot of custom cars. Cars that take looks like the Hot Wheels Matchbox cars that you buy.
What is it?
Jack?
Is it Busher that has the sponsorship with them?
I think it might be Busher.
I wonder if that's on the card this weekend.
It might be. Where's that? Where are they racing it this weekend?
Could you remind me?
I think it's Indy. I think they're going to go back to Indy to make up for the debacle that they had. Anyways,
let us get to that. Stage winners in this one: Justin Haley, AJ Allmendinger, and Austin Cindric, the race winner.
Really quickly, I want to touch on AJ Allmendinger. After that Xfinity race, put a lot of blame on himself. Where we've seen it before in racing. You doubt yourself, and next thing you know, great things happen, as we'll find out here in about 2 minutes.
Indeed. Top 5, Austin Cindric, AJ Allmendinger, Justin Haley, Chase Elliott, Noah Gragson. The standings following Indy: Austin Cindric, AJ Allmendinger, Justin Allgaier, Daniel Hemrick, Jeb Burton. I was about to say Jensen Button. I didn't know this was going on. Justin Haley, Harrison Burton, Myatt Snyder, Noah Gragson, Brandon Jones, Jeremy Clements, and Riley Earps round out your playoff field. Next race is where, Ryan?
Michigan.
Saturday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern on NBCSN. Let's move on over to the Cup Series, where the man who Ryan just mentioned, AJ Allmendinger, getting Colleague Racing their first win. It was incredible, because I'm watching it on the couch with the girlfriend, and she can vouch for it. I was pretty happy seeing AJ get that win.
Same here.
Same. I was standing at the end of the race just watching. I'm like, this is awesome. Let's go. AJ Allmendinger's going to win this race. And sure enough, he did.
Those last 2 laps was the first time where my driver wasn't in the lead that I was on my feet for the finish.
Yeah, that was weird for me too, because I was like, as soon as I saw that Briscoe dumped Hamlin there at that turn, and
my house cheered, by the way.
I was like, oh, let's go. And then they were saying how Briscoe got penalized, and like Briscoe didn't do his penalty, his stop or whatever. I'm telling my dad, I'm like, hey, AJ Allmendinger's going to win this race, and he held on that last lap, and that was awesome.
I want to touch on that here, and let's talk about the Briscoe versus Hamlin deal. So they have the final restart. Quote, well, yeah, it was the final restart.
Yeah,
so they had the final restart. Hamlin runs Briscoe straight off into turn 1. Left him absolutely no room whatsoever to make that corner. So Briscoe's forced to go into the grass and essentially cutting that corner. Why don't we have what we have with the yellow line rule? If you're forced there and that's the safest place you can blend back in, he let Hamlin get back by him for the lead.
Yep.
I mean, he didn't gain any spots by doing it.
I thought the 21 hit him. It looked on one of the replays that DiBenedetto got in the back end of Briscoe, forcing him off the track. And, like you said, AJ, he let Denny get back in. And like you said, it's a racing deal.
Ryan, I'll back you up on that, because on that one replay, it doesn't even look like Hamlin even touches him there, because if you watch that one in car of Briscoe, you see him they're going into that turn, then all of a sudden he kind of just gets a little push or something, into the grass, but then he did give his spot back, so it's he gave it's not like he cut the corner and just took off for the lead for whatever. It's he still had to, he was still in second place. It'd be different maybe if he was in first place, but.
So
exactly.
If you watch the Briscoe roof cam, you see that corner play out. And I'm sure he got hit from behind. Honestly, I was just too excited. I never even saw the replay that you guys are talking about where you can see what happened. But if you watch the roof camera replay from Briscoe, Hamlin leaves him no lane on the track to make that first corner.
Yep.
Drove it right up to the curb. I mean, Briscoe's only option was go in the grass or wreck half the field. So he took the safe route, went in the grass, or he got hit into the grass.
Yep.
But yeah, he lets Hamlin back by. But we continue up the track through another 10 turns. We finally get up to
about
turn 11.
Eight or 9, I thought, because it was right in the junior section.
So regardless, they come out of the corner. Briscoe full throttle gets into the back of Hamlin, turns him around. My only problem here is you cut the course. You know there's going to be a penalty.
Yep.
Why are you racing somebody that hard? And how do they not tell you that they don't even need to tell you it.
Well, Hamlin knew from what I was told. He was like, hey, I think didn't his crew chief or spotter or something say like, hey, 14's got a penalty here.
Correct.
Don't
how does Briscoe after the race say, well, I didn't know until we got up by the pit?
After he dumped him, you kind of can't just say like I dumped him, It's got to make some sort of like continuing story. I I didn't hear it, It was like with Matt Kenseth and Joey Logano. He's like, just blew a right front flat. So,
I don't know, brakes failed or something.
Yeah, brakes failed, tire flat. I don't know, something happened here.
I have a full head of hair.
But the whole point is, like, if you're Chase Briscoe, if you cut any corner whatsoever, whether it be by accident or on purpose, you're gonna get a penalty.
I wonder if he was just mad at I wonder if he was just mad at Hamlin for running off the track, and he was just gonna dump him regardless whether he had a penalty or not, and then just had to cover it up. Like, I didn't know.
Jared, you are absolutely right with that, because he completely did it out of being pissed off at Hamlin for the way he raced it.
Like, come on now. Like, he obviously looked like he had the faster car, and there was still one lap to go. It's not like he had to try to.
With 2 to go.
It's not like he had to like race him super hard on that lap. I know he said like, "Oh, I was racing close. This was my chance." I'm like, dude, you still had a whole nother lap, and you obviously you clearly had the faster car. So like, come on now.
So then we go, all the way back through before he finally pulls it over in the turn, because he completed that lap, before they got to the pit.
Then they had him do the drive-through penalty.
But he didn't even do a drive-through. He's like stopped.
He stopped at some random spot or whatever, and then AJ Allmendinger took the lead and just went off with it. I think it was still that after he dumped him, maybe, or was that like after the white flag?
I thought it was after the white flag. No. It was before the white flag, because AJ led that whole lap all by himself.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just really thought at the end of that, when they had that last caution, that Chase was going to get the win.
I thought so too.
Playing perfectly.
Yeah, if there was another caution, he definitely would have won.
Or Larson. I mean, Larson just was again dominant in a road course was Larson, and that's not something you hear every season.
Well, he's just dominant wherever he goes. It's like road course. I'm going to win here. Dirt cars. I'm going to go win that today, or. It's literally like wherever he wants to go, he'll just go win a race somewhere.
I'm going to go ride a bicycle around a dirt track and win that.
Here's the thing that I saw on Twitter that I thought was funny. What if Kyle Larson entered the Kentucky Derby? He's like the perfect size to be one of the jockeys. It's on a dirt track, so like, do you think? Yeah, do you think?
Oh wow!
Oh, got us there.
We are definitely getting pulled off of YouTube.
That's probably he can race for Brad Keselowski's new racing team.
Yeah. What are they going to call that now? Roush Keselowski Racing.
Roush Keselowski Fenway or
Roush
Lowski way racing.
Yeah. How about finish 25th on back racing?
Hey man, you never know. I think he's bringing TJ with him.
Yeah, because you're going to probably talk about that in the news.
I didn't have it in the news, so apparently coming up this weekend
at Michigan, where I'll be.
That's 5. Keep going, Ryan. Keep going.
I had to throw it in there. It's like the Turtles and Kings, right?
Yeah, so we're going to continue on that in a second.
Yep.
But so apparently the 22 and the 2 team are swapping crews basically in a sense.
Again.
So TJ's now spotting for Brad, and
I think that's a mistake to take TJ away from Joey, especially if Joey's staying at, and unless TJ's on a contract too.
I think TJ's probably leaving with Brad Kozlowski, and I think that Roger Penske is looking at this from a standpoint of I don't need them to be sharing information back and forth about how we run things here or on this team, and using it as our advantage to help bring back Roush. So
that makes sense.
It's a business sense. It's smart in a business sense.
Yep.
But let's talk about this curbing situation.
Let's do it.
Curbgate.
Curbgate. And the curb in turn 6 was a problem all day long. They repeatedly, under cautions, had to go back and weld parts of it back down because it's a metal curb. It's not like your normal concrete curb that, is fixed. It stays right there. No, this is a curb that they brought in specifically for this event. Now, where we begin to have a problem is when...
Debris caution.
Was it DiBenedetto who drove through it first?
Yeah, but then there's a little piece of debris and they pull. Oh, yeah.
So
go ahead.
So DiBenedetto hits it, I believe. Curb comes up. Bunch of drivers start hitting it a little bit. Truex lets up, gets hit from behind, spins. From that replay alone, you just see this massive amount of debris on the track. It is on the racing surface. We complete another lap, get back to this corner in turn 6, where everything is still just laying there, and all hell broke loose. We had Byron spin, Busch spin.
Yep.
Logano launched himself into the tire barrier, which the only...
I'm glad the tire
only
barrier
reason why it's funny is because Logano wasn't hurt in all this.
Yeah, and he walked around.
20 minutes after they're fixing the tire barrier, they're still pulling pieces of the 22 out of the tire barrier when they're trying to fix it. A bunch of other guys got in that. I think Suarez was involved with it.
Yep. Austin Dillon, or was that on? No, that was on
on the next one.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that one too. Because McDowell, where are you going? Bubba made a great move to just avoid it all completely.
They're not penalized for it.
They gave him, Okay, it's get launched in the air like Superman, or play it safe and protect the car.
Hey,
I'm gonna play it safe.
Here's a novel concept: don't hit the effing curb.
Yeah.
But so then the caution naturally comes out because we have all these cars destroyed and Logano stuck in between 3 rows of tires. How the caution was not thrown initially when the Truex spin happened and you had all that debris on the track, that is a complete, utter failure on NASCAR's part because this is completely avoidable.
They claim, and I quote, because Bob Pockers posted it on his Twitter page, that they said that they looked at it on camera, plus with all the people they have, for NASCAR in that corner, said everything is off the racing line.
Off the racing line in a road course where everywhere is the racing line.
Exactly.
They should fire every MFer that was in that turn. Because that ruined the days for about 8 cars.
24, 22, 19,
18 20.
It's just inexcusable. It is so inexcusable for that to happen. And in a long list of 2021 blunders that the sanctioning body of NASCAR have just completely puked all over themselves on.
What's worse, that or Coda?
I don't know. What can we talk about?
Scheduled tweet. Just now, NASCAR made a mistake again.
Tweeted that too. But let's go back a little bit to, what was it, New Hampshire with Kyle Busch?
With the rain. Yeah.
It started raining. Like, it's raining. Nope, we're good.
We saw it on the TV. Like, there was water on the lens, and I'm like, there's no way it's not.
Yeah, exactly. They said it before the green flag. We have rain on the track.
Apparently, DW was there with his vortex theory. Like, if we get the cars going, it'll stop.
But as a Kyle Busch fan, I would have been livid.
Oh, I was livid. I almost didn't watch the end of the race. I had all that time to just cool down. Like, it was like, I don't want to watch this now, and I ended up watching it.
It's just incredible, man. It's been such a big failure this year on the sanctioning body. I don't understand.
Yeah.
They end up pulling the curb in turn 6 away, dragging
the crowd goes. The crowd goes nuts.
Crowd went nuts.
Yep.
And for the people who were saying they should have called the race, would have been pissed if they actually had called the race. So it's such a dumb thing to say. We get kind of screwed with how that caution played out, and how long the red flag took, and how long the caution laps took, that we had to go through a channel switch to NBCSN. People were upset about that. Put yourself in the other fan shoes, the golf fan shoes, who tuned into NBC to watch the amateur golf. And imagine you were tuning in for a NASCAR race and the golf tournament was still on and they didn't broadcast it. Like, put yourself in their shoes and you would have reacted probably the same way that they had did. So, another stupid thing
I got my popcorn. I got my popcorn ready. I got my Kool-Aid. I'm ready to watch some amateur golf.
I feel bad for those golf fans that tuned in just to see the circus of a NASCAR race at the end.
That's true.
Them going, then this is why we don't watch.
This is man. If you're turning in for the golf, man, you're missing one hell of a race. Pace car speed around Indy road course.
I like how Rick Allen's like, I hope you guys decide to stay with us. After that, probably not.
Yeah.
And I don't understand, man.
Rick Allen, he's trying to be a salesman. I understand it. I get it. But, if you got that rabid golf fan, he wants to watch this U.S. Amateur Cup golf thing. They're going to switch over to Golf Channel.
He should have led off with shameless plug here.
Yeah, that's right.
We get all the caution laps done. We're going green again. Get back to turn 6.
Bagley's ready. Mike Bagley's ready. I love the radio broadcast, by the way. But Bagley's ready, and here they come again. Whee! Oh, no.
And Michael McDowell decides he's going to try the bump out.
Didn't work too good.
Didn't work too good. Tore up, what was it, the 3, the 8?
Yep.
Just
playoff drivers, too. Are right on the bubble.
And we're going to get to that when we get to the standings here, because Kevin Harvick should start getting nervous.
Where are they racing at this weekend?
Someone I know is going.
It might be. But he's run 2. I think he's won 3 straight there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he swept them last year.
Yeah, he swept the back, which I was so angry watching.
Who wasn't in the field last year when he swept?
I wasn't there.
Kyle Larson wasn't in the field when he swept last year.
No, but I wasn't there, and that's the most important thing. Damn it!
But what are you doing this weekend, Ryan?
I'll be there.
Yes, hit the over. Hit the over. Ring the bell. Hit the over. The plus or minus was 5.
Tony took the under, didn't he?
I think we all took the over. But no, curbs, man. Curbs suck.
Yeah, tell me about it.
You would think, though, like, with the years of experience these guys have, and especially doing road courses now, seeing as how, what was this, the 6th one of the year so far?
Yep, one more to go. That
you would understand how to race these tracks and maybe stay away from the damn curbs.
Yeah, I just don't understand why that happened. Like, they took this curb out, but yet they kept the one where you can get the most airborne on, too. I mean, patrol it. If you think the guy's out of the line, then penalize him for it.
I was sitting there when they pulled the curb away and saw they were leaving that one bump there, like Mr. Smithers, just rubbing his hands together like, oh, this is going to be...
Oh, yeah.
No, I called that, too. As soon as I saw they just left that ramp, I'm like, oh, that's not going to go well. And then as soon as that happens, I'm like, I think I even tweeted something like, didn't expect that.
Can we also go over the fact that under caution, Ross Chastain was driving around just being a fog machine for the rest of the field, and at no point until they flagged him, decided to come in?
Did you see all the fluid he was dropping down, too?
Was that from his car? Or was that from like the 51 or the 70 something?
No, not a Rick Ware racing car. Don't worry about that. But no, the
Speedy Dry completely covering the everything about the last 3 laps of that race, like the last 3 official laps of that race, were a cluster flop.
Yep. Can I say that? I'll say this right now. Up until the curb issues, I thought it was a good race. Up until the curb issues.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
I'm going to say it once. I've said it numerous times. Get away from Indy.
I think it comes back again next year.
Oh, it will.
However, Jared, I don't know if it was you who posted it. There was a tweet out there that said, you run the oval on Saturday, run the road course Sunday.
Not a bad idea. As long as they don't take away my Pocono doubleheader, they can do whatever they want with their Indy doubleheader.
But what are they going to get rid of? Are they going to add it?
I can tell you there's a track in the Northeast I'd like to get rid of.
Yeah, better not be Pocono.
No. It's way north.
New Hampshire?
There you go.
You don't like New Hampshire?
This was the first.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. This was the first.
Very long time that was good.
Yeah, you're right. There has not been any good races up in New Hampshire. Like, honestly, like someone even brought this up. Like, if you can name me like 3 good races up in New Hampshire in the last 10 years, then.
Because I think the Burton win, where he led almost every lap, was.
He led every single lap.
2008, so it wasn't even in the last 10 years.
Yeah, it's like I think the only ones I can really remember, like even think of, is the Kevin Harvick one where he bumped Kyle Busch out of the way.
That was kind of good.
Yeah, I guess, but this year was pretty good. I think it was way back in 2010. I remember the Kurt Busch Jimmy Johnson race. I think like Kurt did the old bump and run first, and then I think he did a bit too early, and then Jimmy Johnson did the same thing and ended up winning. And that's basically the only ones I can really remember that are even memorable. Clint Boyer winning, but that was also 12 years ago.
My personal opinion, I think you're going to see a lot of these tracks with just one races. Bristol, Martinsville, Daytona, Dega are going to be your ones that have multiple race weekends.
I mean,
There's no problem with
that's
only having one date.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing because you think about it, like if there's only one race there or whatever, you're probably gonna sell out, like not sell out, but you know what I mean. Like you're gonna pack the stands a lot more because, like you saw at Atlanta, that second race was kind of embarrassing with how many empty seats there are.
Here's a prime example, Jared. Pocono. I think that's the most campers I've ever seen on an infield at Pocono.
It was.
And go ahead.
It just makes so much sense for them to do that doubleheader because they always had the race like the first weekend in June and then like what was it, like the last weekend in July or something, like in a span of like 6 or 7 weeks is what it came down to. So in Pennsylvania, like you might as well just, it's really nice just to have like one weekend rather than be like, oh, do I want to go to the early June? Do I want to go to the July one? Nah, let's just make it the end of June. Let's just have one big racing weekend. You know, you get all the series there, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You know, you can plan all your vacations and stuff.
Exactly.
And then like just another racing thing, like the week after that kicked off PA Speed Weeks, which there's a bunch of like different dirt races or whatever around that area because I know the World of Outlaws came around that time. So it kind of kicked off, like it's not something that people talk about a lot, but it kind of kicked off our PA Speed Weeks.
What? It's telling me this call's about to end on my computer. It's telling me that.
Yeah, same. I have this call's about to end. There's a timer. It's gonna go off in like 5 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see what happens.
Shoot. Hang with us, whoever's still here in the live chat. Oh, man.
All right, there.
Yep, I'm here.
Dude, that was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. That's never happened before.
Yeah, I gotta say, it's the first time I've ever seen it do that. It's never just closed out on us.
No, never.
I'm trying to kind of like stay quiet so this way I can easily edit it.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'll be quiet.
Just when we thought we found the right way to do it.
Yep. It's all good.
Oh, come on, man. This is frustrating.
Hell yeah, it is.
Oh, there
There
we
he
go.
is.
Jared. Okay.
All right.
There.
All right, I got it now. The first link wasn't working, and then I checked the whatchamacallit, the email link, and that worked.
I don't understand why it works on email and not the other way. I don't.
Yeah, that was weird. Like, it was literally the exact same page, and then it worked on here. So
I'm gonna wait about 20 seconds, just like on silence, so this way I can easily edit it out. All right, I think we're back. A little bit of technical issues in the middle of episode 105 of the Loose Lugs podcast. We do have Jared back with us. Jared, you're here.
yep, I'm alive. I survived.
Ryan, you're back.
Mr. MIS is back, ready to go.
All right, yeah. Sorry about what just happened.
Apparently, Google Hangouts decides to limit you on how long your calls last. We were in the middle of talking about tracks that, with one date and all that. Jared was making a great point, and then all of a sudden it popped up a little timer that this call was going to end in about 5 seconds. So, Jared, do you want to continue your point on that?
No, basically, I think what Kyle Busch said it after I think it was during Atlanta or whatever, just spread the wealth. Let's just try to go to new areas or whatever, but definitely keep your like Daytonas, Talladegas, get their double dates, maybe 2 in Charlotte, like the 600 obviously, and then like maybe keep the Roval. So just try to just spread the wealth, maybe keep trying different areas, even if that means swapping out a date or two. Like I know we lost Kentucky and Chicagoland, but we got COTA and Road America, maybe not add any more road courses, but maybe let's try, maybe try Gateway or try Iowa. Like let's just try to spread the wealth, basically is what I'm trying to say. Let's try to get new areas, get different fans, because you saw the turnout at Road America. They were so happy that there was a NASCAR race up in that area. So who knows? You go to Iowa, like you said, where I said Gateway, Nashville is a good turnout. So yeah, you see, like when we go to those new tracks, it's just something new for the fans, and everyone's going to want to be a part of that and travel down like, oh, this is new, they haven't gone here in a while, or they haven't gone here. So that's just my opinion. That's my 2 cents on that. I think we just got to spread the wealth. Let's get some more tracks, some exposure, and just rotate certain tracks, whatever. Like every year the schedule doesn't have to be the same. I know a lot of us NASCAR fans are just used to the same thing. But like when it comes to like that type of thing, it'd be kind of cool just to get different venues out there and like just let them explore, just go different places.
Yeah, that limiting tracks to one date will cause no harm, and if we can add different tracks or new tracks onto there, that'd be great. Maybe take away the Roval. I know the Roval's been great, but we're at a point now where we have a lot of road courses. We have some new tracks that are coming in. It kind of doesn't make sense to have the Roval anymore when you have the potential of a Nashville Fairgrounds potentially joining the schedule. They're talking about the Chicago Street Course now, which I still don't understand how that is going to work, but apparently it's in talks.
I hope not.
I hope not. I'm just gonna admit I'm very anti road course. I think 4 or 5 is enough. I don't think we need to keep adding. Like the time we get to 10 road courses on the schedule, that's when we're really starting to be like IMSA and I'm like
IndyCar.
Okay, IndyCar. I'm like, come on now, like. And then like Denny Hamlin said it like kind of perfectly after the like during the Atlanta debacle or whatever. It's like, why are we going away from like our roots? You know, NASCAR was built around short track racing, so why are we trying to expand out like different series? Like not knocking on like IMSA or any of those other series, but like they're not as popular as NASCAR is. So why are we trying to be like those series? Is what my opinion is on that.
If we look at Daytona, I don't think the road course for Daytona is on the schedule next year.
I don't either.
It was what they had to do for this year and last year with the implications that we had. Now remember, Auto Club is turning into a short track, so that's going to be back on the circuit here soon. I don't know if it's next year or the year after.
I heard 2022.
I think next year they're running the oval race, and then the year out, like as soon as that's over, then they're doing the big construction stuff on that. Because I'm pretty sure I saw this somewhere on Twitter. They're saying the Auto Club race is going to be the week after Daytona, so it'll be like that 26th, 27th weekend.
And then they'll jump right on to the construction process of transformation.
Yeah, it's so you take those tracks out. Darlington currently has 2 dates, and Atlanta currently has 2 dates. I see those potentially going back to 1 with the addition of some new tracks coming in.
I think they kind of ruined, like they didn't ruin Darlington, but I think having one Darlington race with the big throwback weekend for the Southern 500, I think that kind of made that more of a marquee event. And now that they have 2 races where they had the throwback race in the spring, then the playoff race, like it kind of lost. In my opinion, I feel like it was kind of cooler just to have the whole throwback weekend and stuff. I know it was in the playoffs, and that's probably why they didn't want to do it. They didn't want to have throwback schemes or something in the playoffs, but I think it makes it more marketable to have Southern 500 throwback weekend all in one rather than have 2 dates for it.
I agree.
That's my marquee events right there: Daytona 500, Southern 500, Coca-Cola 600. Say that 10 times.
I also don't think you're going to see Indy leave the schedule due to who owns Indianapolis Motor Speedway now.
Yeah, that's not going away.
You know, Roger Penske being in the ownership role, that's going to keep that track around for a while. So, I mean, you start looking around the map a little bit. Kentucky lost its date. Chicago lost its date, like Jared said earlier. Kansas is one that's, I think, is on the fence for getting the boot. It does appear we're going away from the intermediates, but it seems like now we're getting that replaced with a lot of road courses. And I do see in a couple years the schedule being a lot of short tracks, a lot of road courses, and then your 2 super speedways.
Really quickly too, NASCAR is not meant to be on a street course. IndyCar is. NASCAR is going to tear that place up.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's my personal opinion.
The stage winners in this one, first and second stage won by Tyler Reddick, which was huge for his bubble points battle. Race winner was AJ Allmendinger.
Great call by the crew chief, by the way.
Yeah,
for Reddick, yep.
He's one of the only guys that can do that or can afford to do that. Like all these other guys are going for wins because they're already locked, or they need wins to advance. They don't need the points. So Reddick trying to build on that cushion, smart move.
Really quickly too, before we had our little technical difficulty when we announced the winner, how cool was it to see Collard Racing win in the Cup Series?
7
Matt
starts.
Colleague, Matt Collick, Chris Rice, the entire Collick Racing family. If you're not a driver, and you see them expanding, what says why do I not want to drive for these guys? These guys are a well-oiled machine. You see it in the Xfinity Series with all three of their drivers in the Xfinity Series, especially at Daytona and Talladega, always working together as a team. Unbelievable. I'm looking forward to them full-time next year.
I'd really like to see Allmendinger get that second ride of theirs for the full-time. Although I think Kurt Busch is a name that's kind of swirling around right now, because he said he had offers from 2 teams.
23-11.
I think he goes to 23-11, but I wouldn't count them out for picking him up, especially after what happened this weekend.
I think I also saw that Colleague Racing, I think it's the fastest team to win. I think Hendrick won theirs in like 8 starts or something. I saw like a little chart or something, so I'm pretty sure they're the fastest team to win.
Correct. And I mean, it's a road course. It was AJ Allmendinger. Like that stat isn't as surprising as the fact that it only took them 7 starts to get their first win. And I can see the same kind of reaction, let's say, if Trackhouse gets their first win.
It's nice to see winners who have like emotions when they win. Like that was awesome. Like AJ was so pumped or whatever. I wish there was like an unfiltered. I wish that like they couldn't be unfiltered for that, because that'd be awesome.
With personality is a great thing.
Well, like I said too, he was so heartbroken after Saturday. Like he had the shot to win. But look, less than 24 hours later, he's burning down the tires at Indy, going nuts with the fans and everything like that. Just shows you never give up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I was even like looking back and like, when was the last time we even had like a part-time driver, part-time team even win a race?
I know. Daytona, Justin Haley.
Okay. Yep, Justin.
Was that Spire at the time, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Because guess who was in second place?
Byron?
Ding, ding, ding.
There you go. I was going to say something in regards to the driver personalities. You have Kyle Busch. I mean, that's the biggest one. The biggest personality you'll find in the garage area is him. You have Keselowski and Kurt Busch, AJ Allmendinger this past weekend, and then it's really vanilla from there. Denny Hamlin has his moments. Joey Logano has his moments. But, I mean, every other driver is just... It's the same interview every week. It's, the same things being said.
My sponsors. Hunt Brothers Pizza.
Thank sponsors. I didn't do XYZ. Team failed on XYZ.
No, even some of those drivers that you named, like Keselowski kind of hasn't really, like, done... He's not like he was, like, in the old 2000, like, early 2010s, where he was always ruffling feathers or whatever, just making comments and stuff. Like, I know he's had, like, run-ins with, like, Joey Logano and said comments about that, but, like, it's not really, like, Brad Keselowski that I kind of grew up watching with that rivalry that he had with Kyle Busch for a bit.
Busch is an ass.
Yeah, like he's not like that anymore. It's like he's just like mellowed out. Like even Kevin Harvick too. Like he used to be like one of the biggest smartasses back in the day. If you watch some of the old interviews or whatever, and he's just kind of like he's still there and makes cooking, but it's just he's kind of mellowed out too. And Kurt Busch is obviously mellowed out compared to how he used to be. And yeah, you're right.
Whatever happened to the drivers have at it?
It's like, well, the thing with all like the new drivers coming up, like your Chase Elliott's, Ryan Blaney's, and Bubba Wallace, like they're all friends or whatever. So I think that like kind of back in the day, like early 2000s, even before that, like everyone hated each other. Like they wouldn't care to put you in the wall. You've seen multiple times where like Chase Elliott and Ryan Blaney will get together and like it's all right. We'll go drink some beers later tonight and talk about it. It's like one of those types of situations. So that could be a factor with it. But it's like I think drivers are just like those newer drivers, I feel like they're just afraid to like speak their mind or something, Yep. Like I know Chase Elliott flipped Kyle Busch off last year, but like still,
that was great.
It was honestly, I thought that was funny.
Oh, Darlington, yes, good old.
Yeah, I love all those T-shirts that they have. It says "Fuck Kyle Busch" on there, and there's a guy at the Dover race I went to earlier the year that actually had one of those shirts on. Every single lap, all 400 laps that Kyle Busch was out there, he flipped him off the whole race.
So how is Dover?
It's actually not bad, honestly. Like I know it gets a lot of slack for it. It honestly doesn't really put on that good of a show, but I mean, like especially the race I went to. Yeah, it's just cool. It's just a really cool track because like I sat like right like at the top of like turn 1 and 2, like in that general area,
all right.
and it's really cool seeing they're coming down the front straightaway and then they go down the hill around there, and then you see them down in turn 3. They'll go down and then like right back around. I'm like that's kind of cool actually, but it just doesn't really doesn't produce as much good racing really.
Kind of like how my seats were in Bristol in 2013. So between 1 and 2, awesome seats.
Yeah, and I could see the whole track, so that was pretty. And I saw the whole track. I could see everyone coming out on pit road, but it's just doesn't put on as good of a show anymore. And of course, I got to see Kyle Larson dominate the whole thing, and then Alex Bowman ended up winning. I'm like,
oh, so you went to that 1, 2, 3, 4 finish?
Yeah,
nice.
All his wins this year have come off of pure luck.
Yeah.
Hey, the throwback to Jimmy though, the burnout, which is
I thought that was cool. There were a lot of people cheering for that. Like I wasn't upset that he won. I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool. Like, well, I guess if you're the 48 car at Dover, you're probably gonna have a chance to win.
Well, think Alex Bowman for a minute here. He's gonna sign with Hendrick Motorsports. All right, you're gonna take over the 88 car after Dale Jr. Okay, well, yeah, all right, well, we're gonna switch numbers. You're gonna take over now the 48 car after 7-time champion. That's pressure on that guy.
Then he's like the track killer, like every single he won at Chicago. Oh, it's not not in the schedule anymore. And
the top 5 in this one: Austin Cindric, AJ Allmendinger, Justin Haley. Oh Jesus, I'm reading the explanations. Top 5 in the Cup race: AJ Allmendinger, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, and Matt DiBenedetto. Great finish for DiBenedetto.
Yes.
Yeah. The standings following this: Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman, William Byron, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, Brad Keselowski, Kurt Busch, Eric Almirola, Tyler Reddick, and rounding it out is Kevin Harvick. Harvick does not want to be going into Daytona needing a win or needing points to get him in, because that is the premier wildcard track. You saw what Michael McDowell did in the 500. This is the way for the Austin Dillon to get in. This is a way for Matt DiBenedetto to get in, or
Ricky Stenhouse,
even Bubba. Bubba could find himself at the end of one of those and get the win. Like,
see, I've been pushing, like, this has been my hot take. I think Bubba's going to at least run up front, because I think Denny's probably going to help him a lot to try to get. It's now that Denny's locked in. I know Denny wants a win, obviously, but I feel like he's going to at least try to get him up there just because it's his car and he can have both of his cars, and basically his car and his himself in the playoffs. So
I'm pulling for Suarez myself. I like Trackhouse.
Suarez too. Yeah, Suarez. It's just.
But I agree with Jared, though. I think Denny will do that. Hopefully, Denny would be a good owner right there if he did that to help get his guy.
From a business standpoint, it just makes so much sense for Denny, and like Michael Jordan be like, hey, let's try to get the 23 in. So if Michael Jordan's gonna maybe say something like that, Denny's like, all right, I guess I'll push him to a win.
The next race following here at Indy is Ryan.
Michigan, 3 p.m. NBC SN. I will be there. So if you guys are coming out, we'll see you out there, buddy.
6.
Plus, we're trying to. I'm talking with Lab Traffic, the professor, trying to find out if we're doing a tweet up at all. If we are doing a tweet up, check our Twitter page. We'll let everybody know. We'll look forward to seeing everybody out there.
That is correct. All right, we got Tire Rub up next. Let's go over some news.
Left side. Coolest left rear fender out, left side.
Tire Rub News of the Week. This is where we go over the race and news of the past week. And we mentioned the Josh Berry being at full time and next year with Junior Motorsports in the Xfinity Series. Let's stick with the Josh Berry news. And Corey LaJoie has been tested positive for COVID-19, so Josh Berry will be driving for him this weekend.
Yeah, I read something on, I think Corey LaJoie posted either on Twitter or somewhere on social media, that somebody because he does a podcast too, somebody in the podcast would tested positive. I don't think Corey officially tested positive for it yet. I know he was tested, so he's got the 7-day quarantine.
He just posted on Twitter or something, like he quote tweeted something. He put protocols and like quotation marks.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'm glad Josh Berry's getting another chance.
Same here.
I'm a huge Josh Berry fan. I actually got to see him at my local short track whenever the Cars Tour came up. I got a picture with him, and
Oh, nice.
so I even got a Josh Berry T-shirt for that week. So yeah, I'm glad that Josh Berry is going to be racing there. I think him getting that news with JRM this past week, that's going to be huge for his career. So hopefully that he just keeps clicking along.
Yep. Another driver with personality too, because after that win at Martinsville, that dude was pouring with emotion.
And people, I even forgot for a little bit until someone reminded me of it. He was also the dude who did the double birds a couple years.
Yep.
How it started, double birds. How it's going to win at Martinsville.
Yeah, exactly.
Those double birds should have been to the grass at Atlanta though.
Oh man, when he got airborne.
Yeah.
I wish I would have made a T-shirt of him with the double birds and got a picture with him down whenever I met him. Like that would have been funny because he probably would have thought that was funny too. But I didn't think about it until after the fact.
So the last bit of news I had is they're going back to some of the COVID protocols that they had during the pandemic. It's a long list. The mass in the media center and things like that. So.
No pit passes or anything like that because I was actually going to try to get pit passes just one time a year now it seems like, so might as well go all out. But I'm glad I didn't purchase those, but I guess they're going to give full refunds to people, either that or for next year's race.
I feel like I'm going to lose the Bristol race and Bristol and Martinsville race that I have tickets for. I feel like they're going to I don't know if it's going to happen that soon because it's all happening in about a month, but at least the Martinsville one, I don't know if the Bristol will do it that soon, but at this rate, who knows?
It's up to the states too. I mean, if you look at it in fully, I mean, it's up to the states. It's up to the governors. I know there's a lot of people that are, hey, let's get on with our lives.
Mm-hmm. And
I mean, like people say too, if people just do their job to get vaccinated, I'm not throwing politics. Hell no, AJ knows me too well for that. But like I said, it's just up to the state.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it seemed like for the last couple of weeks, this is where we were kind of heading towards. So, I mean, it's not surprising to me at this point. Just unfortunate.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
All right, let's get into some social media, and then we will have Ryan's rant.
All right.
Social media update, we are at 2,906 downloads on Podbean, iTunes, Stitcher, 434 followers on Twitter, 89 followers on Facebook, 30 subscribers on YouTube. New follower shoutouts this week include at AV Does Racing, at GoJJ48, at CT Latrell 9, at Hunt 8897, at Bama Buddy 5. There's just a lot of these because we haven't been on in a month. And at Lobster_Daddy05. Love that name.
Oh, show.
Podcast shoutouts. We have the Lap Traffic Podcast, who next week, Brandon Crowd will be joining us on the show. Just need to iron out some details with him coming off of the Michigan race weekend, because I'm pretty sure he's the only one I know going to the race this weekend.
I thought so too. I mean,
we have the PETM Racing Podcast, 3 Wide NASCAR Podcast, the EG3, Side Draft Podcast, the Final Lap Weekly, and the Left Turn Colt Podcast.
Let's go LTC.
There you go. New
on
the rotation.
Big LTC fan.
Oh, same here.
I got
that man.
I got Dalton's Smashville shirt. Not on, but I have one.
It's the shirt I'm wearing tonight.
Nice.
Speaking of which, poor Neil Bonnet still.
Man, I logged off of Twitter for basically the whole COVID break, Olympic break, which essentially with no fans at the Olympics, it was a COVID break. Did they end up having that episode yet?
Yes, they did. They did.
Oh my god, I need to go back and watch it.
You do, and then I think tonight they're doing episode on Brian Vickers, so that's gonna be a good. That'll be a good one.
Interesting because I saw the tweet about talking about how his wife.
His wife's tied with Epstein, and it's like, all right, this is interesting.
Oh,
controversial, but they're not afraid to be, and that's what makes them awesome.
I love it.
Places you can find us, the podcast you can find on iTunes, Stitcher, here on YouTube, Pandora, Spotify, TuneIn, Amazon, all those good ones. In your search bar, the Loose Lugs Podcast. Make sure you subscribe, follow, turn on that notification bell so you can hear Ryan Scooby-Doo laugh every time we upload new content. I need a video of that. Like, as they're taking the green, you doing your freaking Scooby-Doo laugh.
How about during the pace laps? As they're coming by.
And I need a Sean Woohoo in the background. That'll be the Ryan's Rant intro.
Sean will be there doing his woohoo. I just hope he doesn't wear sandals.
On Twitter, we're at Lugs Podcast. You could tweet us about the show using the hashtag LugsPod. And on Facebook, the Loose Lugs Podcast. Ryan, what's your personal?
I run Cola88. As AJ, I think, has lost it tonight.
Jared, where can everybody find you at, buddy?
Oh, find me at PKJared9, and I also have a graphic design page. Also, it's at JB_graphics 2 _. If you want to see, I know I'm gonna start doing some more, but if you want to see some cool graphics, like this, that's like some of the stuff that I do. I have some. Let's do some other ones real quick. I got make stuff like that or that. Stuff like that. Just little graphic things. I've kind of been off this summer just because I have had absolutely no time to really sit down and do them like I did during the school years. So, but yeah, find me there at PKJared9 is where I post all my personal stuff. At JB Graphics is where I do all my graphic design stuff. So that's on Instagram, Twitter. They're all the same. On Instagram, Twitter is at PKJared9. Twitter's at JB_graphics 2 _. And I'm also on Facebook. If you just look up Jared Kaisa or JB Graphics, you'll find everything you need.
Very nice.
Very nice. I might hit you up on the graphics. You do iRacing Paints games?
I do not, but I did end up accidentally getting into that, and I don't do it at all. I've literally done maybe 2 or 3 just for some of my friends. I figured out, I cracked the code, how to do all the paint. I got the templates on my Photoshop. I just messed around, made a little car, and then I got the Blender program, and I put the 3D model on there. I'm like, oh, this is pretty sick.
Nice.
It just sucks because it's like a whole 4 or 5 hour type of deal doing everything, and I'm like, do I really want to do this? It's like I got other things I could be doing. Not that I don't like it. It's just that it's just too time consuming, honestly. And if I'm not getting anything out of it, it's kind of not worth it for me.
I gotcha. Well, I think I'm gonna be in contact with you on that.
All right.
I got a street stock league coming up.
Okay.
So I'll make it worth it for you.
All right. I'm interested.
Ryan.
Yes.
Do you have a rant this week?
I do.
Is it about you going to MIS?
Possibly.
There's 7.
I said possibly.
Go ahead.
All right, fellas. Guys, I hope everybody enjoyed their Olympic break. I know it sucked not watching NASCAR for those 2 weeks. I don't know about you guys, but I kept contact with the Olympics here or there, but it wasn't my cup of tea, so to speak. And I don't even drink tea, by the way. So, but no. But no, anyways, yeah, like I said, the Olympic break, it sucked without NASCAR for those 2 weeks,
so
but we're finally
about tea.
Yes. So we're back. We're back, ready to go.
Hate that big old tea.
Oh man, especially Lipton. Anyways, so you guys know I'm going to the track on Sunday. It's been too long. Last year's sucked not being out there at the race. Seeing, hanging out with everybody. Sunday's finally going to feel a little bit of normalcy here. So I know, we're, the cases are coming back up, but Sunday for me finally feel a little bit normal. Being out there, seeing the cars go by again. Just can't wait. I do have a song before we go out there. I always play it. It's a country song. Rodney Atkins, These Are My People. I always play it before every race I go to.
And you got to stop at the McDonald's too.
Unfortunately, they're drive-through only. So I don't know if
why can't you hit the drive-through?
I don't know if I want to hit the drive-through. So,
Didn't Weird Al have a drive-through song?
Yeah, at the drive-through and the drive-through.
Yeah. You should play that song.
Good. Say hi, Kitty.
And we have the cat on the show now.
That's Mr. Kitty.
We haven't had Thor on in a while.
No, thank you. He barks a lot. So, but not like it's like with the whole banking. They should have taken that out as soon as that piece went underneath it. So.
Yeah. All right. White flag predicting time.
All right, let's go. Time to catch up. My home track, I catch up.
And I'm just dropping everything at this point. It's been a show of blunders so far, technically. White flags where we predict the upcoming race weekend, and we are at where, Ryan? Can't remember.
We're at Gateway for the trucks on Friday.
Everybody.
And then we're at Michigan for the Xfinity Cup.
You won the last time we picked, which was Atlanta and Knoxville, 2-1.
All right.
I currently lead the season 41-32. So
okay.
I get to go first this week.
Okay.
On the Xfinity side, I'm going with the 9 and Noah Gregson.
You're not taking the truck pick?
There's no trucks this weekend, buddy.
Yeah, they are. They're tomorrow night at Gateway.
Are they?
Yes, they are. It's their first playoff race, too.
I looked up their schedule, and I thought it said September.
Nope.
Oh,
their
first. Look at that. Friday, August 20th, Gateway. Oh, my God.
FS1.
So unprepared for this one.
Yeah, it's okay.
This is what happens when you make a show sheet in 20 minutes.
Yeah. So who are you taking in the trucks?
So the trucks are on FS1, 9 o'clock tomorrow night from Gateway. And let's go with Austin Hill, just because he's starting on the pole. It's the first driver name I saw.
You took my damn pick. Fine, I'll take John Hunter Nemechek.
You're going to take John Hunter. And Jared, who are you going with? You can pick anybody.
Yeah, I'd probably go with John Hunter. I think he's going to tear it up here the next couple weeks and just make a statement and win the championship.
My pick for the truck title is Austin Hill, though. I think he comes back. I think he wins it this year.
Mm.
I still think John Hunter's winning that. It's pretty much a John Hunter Nemechek invitational for that championship, I think.
Couple bad races.
I dropped more things. Xfinity Series 9 to Noah Gregson. Ryan?
The 54.
Ty Gibbs?
Ty Gibbs. Yep.
Jared, who you got?
I was you kind of stole mine. I was thinking Noah Gregson. I think he's due for one here soon. It's just a matter of time before he finally ends up in victory lane. Plus, I really like Noah, so I kind of want to see him win. I could see that happening.
I feel that. Cup side, easy pick. Softball, Kyle Larson.
The 9 of Chase Elliott wins at Michigan.
I would
gets
be
that.
absolutely stunned.
Gets that monkey off the back, not winning at MIS. He's been close a couple times. HMS has got the speed for all 4 of their cars. I think it's going to be a Hendrick dominated day.
Gotta get through
Hopefully I'm right.
No, if they fail pre-race tech, they're definitely going to win.
Yep,
that's true too.
That's what I'm hoping for.
So that look to see if anyone fails pre-race tech, and they're probably going to be running up front.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I'll go with Larson. Also, he's won there. How many? 3 times? I think. So,
all right. Now we do a sleeper pick.
I'm going with the bubble guy, Tyler Reddick.
I'm going with the guy in my hat because damn it, I'm going to be there.
Oh, this is tough. Kind of threw a curveball at me. Let's.
What constitutes a sleeper is less than 5 wins in their career?
I thought it was less than 5 wins.
Less than 5 wins. Ooh. Let's go Daniel Suarez. That'll be my dark horse.
All right.
Okay, see, so on the show sheet, I started writing the first 9 for it, but I crossed it away and threw an 8 on there. So I see what you're putting down there.
Yeah, I like it. I got him for Daytona though. I just something about that team.
They just got to go through their mechanical failures and stop having that happen.
Yeah, he's 18th in points, I think, 18th or 19th in points.
I really think Harvick's not getting in.
That'd be kind of funny, actually. Like, if he didn't make it in after how he did last.
9 wins last year to missing the playoffs this year. Like, that would be impressive.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ryan.
Yes.
What are you looking forward to this weekend?
Hanging out with everybody. You know, people that we didn't get to see last year. I know always the tweet up. I always enjoyed doing that. Like I said, I don't know if we're going to have the tweet up because of the protocols, everything like that right now. But just getting out there, hearing the national anthem fly over to the command, the pace laps, to letting them loose. So it's going to be a warm day. I think they're saying hot upper 80s, 87, 88. No rain as of right now. It's Michigan. Wait 10 minutes. They'll probably change the weather for us. But all in all, just looking to go hanging out with Sean. My brother might be coming down for it. We don't know yet. We're still working out the details on him getting down. But yeah, just hanging out with everybody.
Jared, what you got going on this weekend?
Probably just NASCAR on Sunday. I don't really just work in the mornings and go watch some NASCAR in the afternoons.
See this guy in victory lane.
There you go.
All right.
There you go. Looking forward to a big race weekend.
Yes.
I think that does it for us today.
I think so too.
So special thanks to everyone who came out in the chat and talked with us today. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. There it is. Is that Thor?
No, that's
Oh, I thought that was Thor. I was like, damn, we got the double in here today.
Nope,
No.
that's my dog.
What kind of dog?
Yellow lab.
Oh, nice.
Something's out there.
Thanks everybody for tuning in tonight.
Yep.
That'll do it for us. We're out of here. Jared, again,
And I can.
thank you for coming on the show tonight.
Hey, thanks for inviting me.
Blast
Yes,
having you.
Jared, awesome having you on. And guys, guess what? I can finally say it. I will see you at the track.
There you go. We're out. See ya. Have a good race weekend.